This is Jonathan Agnew here for Pro Boxing Fans. Delighted to be joined by the WBC International Featherweight Champion Isaac Lowe. Isaac, back out in a few weeks, March 12th in Bolton. How are you feeling?
Yeah, it sounds good when you say that. Back under the lights after 12 months yesterday out the ring. A frustrating 12 months, not just for myself, I'd imagine for a lot of people. And also it was a good sign, seeing Boris by end of June, everything should be back to normal and we should be up and running. So, yeah, it's good to be back under the lights in 2 weeks and then hopefully try and get back on, life goes on, get back to normal.
What's the last sort of 12 months been? As you said, literally 12 months yesterday, you were in the MGM on that famous night. What have you been sort of up to?
It's been horrible, really. It's been horrible. Listen, it's life. I'm alive and breathing, and I'm healthy, so I've got a good family around. Trying to spend time with the family if you can, but obviously the distance has been hard. Just trying to train, but like any boxer, it's hard to control. Try and keep your weight under control and trying to train. And when you know you haven't got a day, and especially when your weight, you've got to keep your weight to a limit, and you want to go and have a bit of food. You want to go out and you're trying to keep yourself. But the most thing is he's trying to keep active. You know what I mean? Keep your body, keep training, going for my morning runs, feeling healthy, trying to eat clean, make my mind feel healthy. And it's obviously you've had some sticky patches, but it's been frustration not to get a fight in. But listen, it happens for a reason. But the most important, all my family is well and safe, and I'm safe and well, I should say. So that's the most important thing. We move on. 2021 is the year now.
What sort of opponent are you looking at for March 12th in Bolton?
I don't get involved with any of it. I leave it all down to my team, MTK. They manage me. They sort it all out. I don't get involved with any situation like that whatsoever. So whoever they tell me I'm fighting, whatever it is, then that's the case. I'm just doing what I do, keeping my head down and training hard. And all I know is I'm on in the 12th up to now. But I'd imagine by this week or so they'll have something in. Obviously, I've been out inactive for 12 months. So it'd be nice to get under the lights, get some rounds in, and get some cobwebs off and get my timing back, and we go from there.
You're in a great position, though, ranked in 3 of the 4 governing bodies, top 15 ranking. So a couple more fights and you're knocking on world title level.
Yeah, I'm in a great situation. I'm ranked in the top 10 with all governing bodies. I was down at number 6 with the WBC after obviously my last... Oh, just 1 minute. Sorry, it went off there. Are you there? Sorry, someone tries to reach you when it's...
yeah, it goes off.
Yeah, I'm ranked with all the governing bodies in the top 10. I was with number 6 with the WBC, obviously, last year, but I haven't boxed for 12 months, so I've dropped down a bit. I think still top 9 or 10. So I'm in a great situation. I'm just doing, as I said, my team tells me what to do. I just do my training, and when they tell me I'm fighting, who I'm fighting, what it's for, and I just get on with it, you know what I mean? But there's no rush. I've always said this. I'm not one of them guys who let's get a world title, let's get just to say a box for a world title and get beat. I want to box for a world title when I'm 100% focused. I know I can give 130%, and I believe in myself 130%. I'm going to win that world title. And I think there's a couple more fights before we get there. But end of the year, hopefully end of the year, final eliminator or eliminator. Or not even eliminator. I say just somewhere knocking on the doors like that. Do you know what I mean? But I'll leave it to my team. That's what I paid them for. That's what they'll look after me, and they sort it all out.
How does it feel, to have been on all these big undercards, big nights in Vegas and LA, to look back in maybe 20 years and say you've been there and done it. Not everyone gets to even go to the MGM once. You fought, I think, 3 times or something. Yeah,
I've been very lucky and I've been blessed, and I've been lucky. One of my best pals is the best heavyweight champion in the world, the heavyweight champion in the world, I should say. I've been lucky to bless and getting some of these shows. But I can always look back, and as I said, 20 years from now, when I've got kids and probably grandkids, and said, you know what, I boxed there. I boxed on the biggest occasions of all time. I boxed in the MGM Grand, where so many greats have boxed. I've been there, I've done it. I've been on the the big shows, and it's good to look back on. But it's only good to look back on it if you win and you perform, because you don't want to be looked back on that and say, I come second there and I've done that. You want to be a winner, and I only fight to win. So when you win, it makes it. Listen, they are still a good occasion, but they're even sweeter when you perform.
What's your training situation at the moment? Because I knew you were with Jorge Capetillo. Obviously, he's in Vegas. Is he still sort of your coach, or have you
No,
had to
I'm
adapt in?
training. He trained me for the last fight because we went over there, and obviously he's a world class coach, and we were training. Sugar was going to train me, but I just believed that Oge was working good on the pads, and we was working good together. We had the similar mindset, and I said obviously Tyson was in a massive fight, so I said, look, Sugar, you concentrate on Tyson. Oge will concentrate more on me, and we was getting more on 1-to-1 time, and it worked for the best for the both for us for them fights. You know what I mean? But at the minute now, Sugar and Andy Lee's training me. I've been training Andy for the last 4 weeks now. So hopefully going forward now, I think that's the way we'll be going forward.
How do you feel like your game's sort of progressing with Andy Lee's guidance?
Yeah, it's good. Obviously, I like his style. He does good style. You know, his style suits me more. He just gets me. The things what I was doing wrong, for not focusing long enough and just doing silly things, put me down, getting catch with silly shots, or just doing things obviously what they see outside the ring, what I don't see, and just tightening me up and picking me up on 1 and 2 things, just adapting a few things from being a world level contender to being a world level fighter. Do you know what I mean? And listen, we're still in a work in progress. It's all working, so we'll just keep going bit by bit and step by step.
Isaac, as you know, I spoke to Jordan Gill a couple of days ago after his fight, and he said, you and him, that's a great fight for a final, an eliminator for a world title potentially on an AJ Fury undercard. What do you make of that?
He's just a dick, isn't he? He shouted my name out because obviously he's just done a 10-round. He knows I'm on that card. He knows I fight no Tyson's on the card, and I'm always on his cards. And he just wants to get back out. And don't blame him there, do you know what I mean? He's just obviously, he's thinking it's an easy fight for me. Eddie can probably make it easy. But I'm not going out of my way. We're not going out of our way for Jordan Gill. We're doing what we've set out to do. And as I said, we've got our map. And if Jordan Gill comes across our map, then I'll fight him and I'll smash him up because he's not a lemon shinko. He's not to be scared of it. I think he said to you or something called, he's scared to fight me. Have a day off someday, you know what I mean? I've had more fights than be scared of you. But it is what it is. Listen, it is a good domestic British fight. He's 26-5. I'm 23-0. 23-0, I should say. If it come along, as I said, my team sorts it all out. I don't get involved with it. But I'm not going to go up my way and keep calling. I'm getting messages. I'll call Jordan Gill, do this. What do I need to call Jordan Gill out? And is he this big top 2 fighter? Does he own a world title? No, he's just a scruffy head with a frigged up hairstyle. Do you know what I mean? Thinks he's had a good fight against the Mexican. Mexican was typical Mexican, hands around his head and just walked forward. And John, he boxed well on the back foot, but there's a difference between fighting a good Mexican than fighting a Gypsy Warrior. And when he fights a young, fresh tiger Gypsy Warrior like me, who's like a lion, who'll be on him, you wouldn't know what to do with it. So if it does happen, it will happen. It might not happen on the AJ card. Obviously, down to my team what they've got planned out for us. Do you know what I mean? What they want to do. But if it happens late October, November, or whatever, do you know what I mean? It'll fight. I'd imagine we will fight in the next 12 months, but I don't get involved at all. It's down to my team to pick the route for me. And as I said, if he crosses my route, he wish he never call my name out because I'll finish his career.
I mean, when you look at sort of the featherweight mix, as you say, you're in sort of top 10 rankings. How far do you think you are from sort of a world title shot? What do you think of the world scene at the moment?
Yeah, listen, like you said, I'm well ranked with everyone. I'm not a million mile away, but me personally, I think I'm still a couple of fights away. Do you know what I mean? As I said, I don't fight just to come second best. I don't fight just to say I went in there and I competed. I go in there and I give 120%. I go in there and I want to win. I'm a winner. I don't believe in losing. It's just the way I am. So as I said, I think I'm couldn't get couple of more fights in me, maybe top 10, someone in the governing bodies. I said I'll leave that to MTK to do what and deal with that, and then I'll fight whoever they tell me to fight. In which case, if it is Jordan Gill, then I'm happy to smash him up, Eddie in, get your cash back out, and then if you only way the Jordan Gill is going to happen if there's plenty of money on the table, if Eddie Hearn wants to chuck it out, or there's a final eliminator there. If not, there's pointless me really. What's he gaining? I wanna smash up someone with a funky hairstyle. That's about it.
Isaac, a year ago, pretty much yesterday, you were fighting in the MGM Grand on the undercard of Fury Wilder. Just tell me what you sort of remember from that night, from your fight, and of the whole experience and what Tyson did.
Yeah, it was listen. He said what he was going to do from day one, and even for me, it was hard to believe. Said I'm going to go and attack this man. And it's like you always have your doubts. Maybe just be a bit cautious. Do you know what I mean? And obviously, I had a tough Mexican. I've forgot his name now. I can't pronounce his name again. He went 12 rounds of Santa Cruz. It was a good fight. He boxed Shakur Stevenson. He's boxed them all. Do you know what I mean? I was obviously preparing for my own fight because I know he had a tough Mexican. And obviously, once I got my job out the way and I was happy with the win and all that, then it was focused on Tyson. And obviously, the big fight had come on the big occasion. I know straight away from round one, as soon as you Wilder hit him with a right hand or a couple of right hands clean on the chin, and it never affected him. He just kept them bouncing forward. And I just knew it was his night. It was meant to be. It was destiny. From the robbery from LA, when it made it even better, a better win. And we partied all through the night, and we had a good damn night.
Hakkasan? At the Hakkasan?
Yeah, Hakkasan, yeah, was in the Hakkasan after party, and we went well on after Hakkasan.
I mean, what do you make of sort of this whole comeback story? Because you can't underplay how well Tyson did to go back from everything he's done to beat the longest reigning heavyweight champion at the time. You can't understate that.
Yeah, it speaks for itself. It's to be the heavyweight champion, beat Klitschko, you're top of the throne, you've got everything at your feet, tend to just go and give it all away, go drinking, taking drugs, blown up to 30 stone. No one gave him a chance, a breath to say he was going to come back. And even if he just to lose the weight, you wouldn't have thought he was going to do it. It was a heart attack material. And he proved everyone, probably proved me own self wrong, do you know what I mean? He dug in. It was hard work. It was hard dedication. And that's what he done. He got the weight down, then he step by step, he got back in the ring. And then he showed, even he had 2 warm-up fights against top 50 opponents, if you want to say that. And then when goes in with the biggest puncher in the world, who everyone thought he was going to get cleaned out. And then I think everyone, 99.9% of the people know he won that fight, even though he got put down in the last round. But I think that draw made it even the second fight even bigger again. It got everyone watching. And the way he just dominated Wilder the second time, it was just the king was back, as I say.
All roads are leading.
I'm going to go back to a quick one about Jordan Gill. Just remind me when I was going back to the interview. He was saying that I called him out. Why was he going on at the press conference and after the fight? Was it not him who was calling my name out? I want to fight Isaac Lowe, and Dave Caldwell said I want to fight Isaac Lowe because they want to get on the big card. And do you know what I mean? Eddie Hearn. So why they keep shouting my name out for? Obviously they want to fight. So guys, you know where I am.
Well, that could be a potential fight coming up, hopefully this year.
Yeah, 100. Listen, I am not ruling that out. As I said, my team does all the work. I just train, and if it will happen, I do know it will happen. But will it happen in the Fury card? I don't know, because obviously we've got our own route. We've got what MTK's looks after. They sort it all out. As I said, we don't need to go our way. I'm the A side of the fighter. He needs me. I don't need him. But if it makes taking well-being, then yeah, we'll consider it. We'll probably take it. Then I'll bash him up and I'll send him back to Peterborough, crying I wish he never mentioned Isaac Lowe.
Fair enough. Isaac, just one last one I wanted to ask you. All roads are leading to Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua. How often do you guys actually talk about that fight in the gym? Is that, something that you guys are constantly talking about, or is it just business kind of thing?
It's just business. Listen, we're fighters, we're travellers. It's what we've always done. You know what I mean? It's just another day in the office for us. You can talk about a fight as much as you want. Like we're talking about the Gill fight, to it sign and still, until they're in that ring, it's a different story. Everyone can say, I can do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this. Listen, it's a massive fight. It's the biggest fight in our generation. If it happens, it will happen. But to everything signed and sealed, we just get on with our training and do what we need to do. we leave our managers and lawyers to sort the things out what they need to do, and then once we get the call saying we're on, then it's time to talk about it, and then we knuckle down into camp. But as now, we just train away, laugh and joke, and get about our day-to-day life.
How do you see the fight actually playing out?
I've said it from day one. I think Joshua is one of Tyson's easiest fight because he's robust, he's up like that. He hasn't got good feet, and when he throws threes and fours, he gasses up. He got very. If you notice when he hits someone or if he does it on the way in loads, is like that's his weakness. He gets caught and he can't deal with it. Do you know what I mean? And I think Tyson will knock him out in the first 4 rounds. Honestly, I do. First 5. I generally do. I think when Klitschko knocked him down, and Klitschko could have got him out of there. But with the old age and that, maybe he's thinking about his legs and saving a bit. But if Tyson catches him or hurts him anything at all, he'll be all over him like a rag doll, and he won't be getting Tyson off. Tyson's 7 foot tall. Do you know what I mean? 20 stone plus. All over you, grabbing you, leaning all over you. He'll show me who's the boss.
Isaac, message to your fans. Looking forward to your return on March 12th.
Yeah, it's been a frustrating 12 months for us all. But listen, we're here now. We're a couple of weeks away. Thanks for keep supporting me. I know it's been hard without me not even with no fights. But we're back on the lights on March 2nd, get the cobwebs off. And then whether it is on the Fury undercard, if it comes off, or if we're back out in June, then you'll see the best of me. And whoever it is, I want to put a display on for you all. So keep faith, keep following. The Westgate Warriors back.
Great stuff. Can't wait to see it. Isaac Lowe, appreciate you coming on, talking to pro boxing fans. Hopefully catch up again soon.
Thanks very much.